How's it going, guys? It's White Reactions. Come back with another reaction video, and today we're going to be touching on something that I've never even touched on before. I've never played Diablo, but this is Diablo 4 official announcement cinematic trailer from BlizzCon 2019. I think this came out about 5 or 6 months ago. Again, I've never played Diablo in my entire life. I've never actually watched any of the trailers in my entire life. So this is going to be a complete first for me, a brand new, you know, it's like a baby trying to walk. I'm not gonna know what's coming. I don't know any of the characters. I don't know the story. So bear with me if I don't know too much, and I do apologize. I should really get with my my game sense. But I'm a huge fan of Blizzard. You know, I don't play a lot of World of Warcraft at all virtually, but I'm quite a fan of it. Does that make sense? When you're not a fan, when you're a fan of something but you don't play it, you know, like that. Play a lot of Overwatch. You know, Heroes of the Storm I love. So I'm quite excited to do this. I've never watched StarCraft either. So if there's any StarCraft stuff, I'll definitely go and watch that. So yeah, we're gonna watch this. I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll try and pick out as much as we can. We probably won't, because obviously I don't know the story, but we're gonna let it run, and we'll let it run to the end and just see what we can come with. So without further ado, guys, let's go. Oh, shit. Straight into it. All right, I like that. I like it. Can you guys hear it? It's quite quiet. It's like got loud and quiet bits, isn't it? Okay. Is that supposed to be like a jump scare, but like... Okay, hold on.
Quiet. Shut up.
He said sharp really loud. Get it? No, no one got it. Never mind.
They have our scent. Run!
I'm going to be turning it up and down, obviously, accordingly, because I know some bits are loud, some bits are quiet, and you might be able to guys hear it. So I do apologise if this audio is a little bit over the place.
Just keep running. Are you out of your mind? He's not going to make it. He has to.
Blessed Akarat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides.
Look at me! All the gold we want is right there.
No, I just came here for knowledge.
They're coming! I know.
Get over here!
Now, breach the seal. Get us through that door.
Oh, Lord, help me. By three they come. By three thy way opens. Blood shows. This doesn't make any sense.
It's a blood sacrament. You know the blood thingies? We need blood in order to enter.
Blood is the key!
What?
I need two of you!
No! Go! I'll hold them! Go!
So, it says the blood of the willing goes...
You gotta be kidding me! It worked!
We have to help him!
He's dead already. It's a shame he didn't make it. Oh well, cheer up.
What an asshole.
3 ways instead of 4.
What an asshole. I feel like that guy's gonna come back.
Read this.
Don't know why. I just have this feeling. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's dead. So this guy's like a scribe. He's like a the intelligence. The others are the brawn, so to speak.
By three they come, by three thy way opens, by the blood of them willing. Hail, hail the Creator. Ha!
Why does everyone use how the creator? Why is it creator? Why can't it be like God or just something, you know?
What
How
about
God?
the coin? What's it say?
This is forbidden. This is a summoning. I cannot speak this.
Don't lie to me!
We came here for treasure. What is this place?
I don't know. Maybe it's a temple. Or a tomb or...
Oh. I fucking told you. Oh. I just had this feeling that he was gonna come back. Strange. What is he then? Is he like the devil? Shit. Ooh, got markings on him now.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. All my path is water darkness. Guide my soul to thy sacred ways.
Only of this we see thy salvation. By three they come, by three thy way is. By the blood of the willing. We call thee home. Come.
Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. Though my path is
Open
water
your
darkness.
eyes.
Oh, that's powerful.
Eternal light protects me.
Why does it think to do with eyes is
Eternal
powerful?
light protects me. Eternal light protects me. Eternal
There
light.
is no light here. You came to the darkness for knowledge.
Yes.
And all the knowledge you seek is here. Surrender. Speak the words. Call her home.
By three they come. By three thy way opens. By the blood of the willing, we call thee home. Hail, daughter of hatred,
Ugh.
creator of sanctuary. Hail, Lilith.
Lilith is a. I know that's a demon. Cool.
Blessed Mother. Save us.
What the fuck is that? Oh, I was expecting something completely different. That's a cape. That's cool. Or her skin. I don't really know which one it is. Was that it? Man. What a trailer. I loved it. I mean, I was blown the whole way through. It was like... I started off really confused. It like really got into it. So it was like, you know, boom, 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 boom. Then it kind of slowed down. And this was quite powerful. So it's obviously quite representative. It's like a tombstone. Or maybe this is like a sort of way marker. You know, they usually might have writing saying like, this is town fucking hell or whatever, you know, come in, hello. Or it could be a what are they called? Like a headstone. Now, then it transfers into obviously a small like jump thing, and it's completely deserted sort of church. I don't know if this was a town at one point. It looked like a town from this point, but it might not have been. This could just been... I don't know, this, I've never played Diablo, so I don't know what any of this means. Now, this was really powerful, this scene. Like, hang on, when's he start? Is hear what he's saying? Right, I'll listen to what he's saying, and then I'll pause it. Let me turn it up.
Quiet.
Hold on.
Light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me. Though my path is wrought with darkness, guide my soul to thy sacred light. Blessed Akrat, thy eternal light protects me. Thy divine wisdom guides me.
Quiet.
Though my path is wrought with darkness.
Shut!
Okay, so it's really interesting because obviously the camera conversed to a bird's eye point on from like a bird's eye view, not like a big bird's eye view. Bird's eye view tends to be obviously all the way up in the air, and you can see a lot of the town. This is in the church, so it's quite a powerful scene. This shot, it's obviously transferring along, so it's like we're walking along the aisle, you know, like walking on this bit here. Like here, we're like walking along like you would in the church. Obviously, it has the benches and stuff, but they're completely broken. Now, if you see here, in this tab, there's some symbols, it looks like. They don't look like, obviously, they look like demonic symbols. It's all overgrown, it's destroyed. And it comes forward and forward and forward and forward and forward. And then there's a huge hole. Which is interesting, because obviously when they represent hell, they always say below, don't they? When they're down and below. And it's quite oxymoronic, you know, that it's in a church and it's hell. You know, it's quite funny. It's extremely powerful, because when you hear him what he's saying, he's basically it sounds like he's performing a ritual, like maybe an exorcism or something, you know, but he's not. He's basically saying, I think what the guy is going for is he's that black guy, you know, the guy in the scribe, the robes, and he was basically like, he was, I don't know if he's chanting, or it doesn't sound like it. I don't think he's performing the ritual as well. I think he went to seek knowledge, as they said, but when he's actually got there, it's not what he expected it to be, and he's reversing this sort of line, you know. And if you actually look at other movies and games and even real life stuff, you know, when they have to cross, it's like, I don't know, the spirit guides, blah, 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 and they keep repeating it. So it's like they're trying to exercise, but I think in this sense he's trying to use it to protect him. You know, he's scared, so he's going, eternal life, protect me, eternal life, protect me, eternal life, blah, blah, blah. Let's just say eternal life. He says a few other things which I don't really understand. And then it switches to this point, which is really cool, because that kind of gone from, it's like this bit you see here with all the different markings and stuff. It looks like there was it looked like they've broken into this. They've got a pickaxe and stuff, and then I don't know if that's another bit of a bench or a cloth of materials. I don't really see, but it looks like there's this big circle thing with loads of markings and stuff. And then it obviously goes Blizzard, and it switches to, let me go for it, switches to that. So it kind of converses, like, I don't really know how you would perceive this. It's really, really well put done, and I didn't think they were actually this good at putting cinematics, which is really well played. So it's like going from obviously them breaking through, and now there's this one here. So it could represent both. It kind of depends on how you would want to look at it. And then it switches to them now hopping along, and he's injured. You don't know how he's injured, but now look how deep this goes. This is obviously clearly a constructed dungeon, or, underworld. I don't know what you want to call it. It's been constructed though. It's been man-made. It looks, obviously in this series it might not be. I don't know where they are. I don't know who these people are, but they look like these three. Well, actually, these two are raiders looking for gold and treasure. This guy, when they were moving along, before I knew he was gonna come back, it just the reason why I knew is because he just seemed like it. It was there's some aurora about him. He weren't going for the treasure. It was like he needs to live. He needs to live. Those guys would have left him. So it's like there was more to it. And then I thought, well, what is this scribe guy? This guy? Why is he so important? And you can see he's wearing the robes, like the priest sort of robes, scribe robes, whatever you want to call him. And there's just something about him that I got when he was talking. So that was really interesting. And obviously, the thing I found quite funny is that they went to hold off these sort of people. Right, they went to, these people, these demon things, these like imp-looking, I don't know what they're called, imp demon things. Looks like something out of Doom, right? And where was we up to? Let's skip back to the where he was sort of like around about here. Now he's fighting them. So then I thought, well, maybe he could just be a part of it. But there was something about him that I didn't really understand. It was a bit confusing. He ain't like these two. He was like the leader, but there was something else about him. And then obviously he was fighting, and then he was doing this ritual thing. And I think he went go because he knew that he wasn't going to get killed. And he knew that this sacrament, ritual, sacrifice, whatever you want to call it, I said sacrament to start off with, not sacrifice. So sacrament, ritual or sacrifice, whatever you want to call it, required 3 people of, what did he say the word? Of like of the giving or the wise or something like that. And he knew that they had to go. That's why he said go. And obviously he knew that he was going to come back, basically. And before I move on, this level of detail is absolutely insane. I don't know what it is, but since like 2018, I think roughly, maybe 2017 was the start, and 2018 is when it kicked in. Since then, the trailers, like League of Legends, Diablo 4, Senua Sacrifice, the graphics are fucking insane, and I can't wait. I mean, they've gone to the extent of putting bloodshot eyes. It's absolutely crazy, man. It's fucking insane. Yeah, then this is really interesting because he was basically saying like, we shouldn't be here. He kind of could. He said he can't read, but then how does he know that he shouldn't be there? So yeah, it's quite an interesting. And then obviously he wanted to seek sort of stuff. He got taken out. He got put up, and he's basically like look at the graphics, man. Look. They even went to do the hair on the side of do you know that shaven but fairly old? He's like past middle age. His ear is completely fucked up. That's a great sort of he looks like the guy at Game of Thrones. You know the guy with Tyrion Lannister, the one who was his bodyguard, the funny guy. I don't know what his name, Braun or something. He looks like him. I don't know if that's actually the voice actor. Do you know that sometimes like the new Cyberpunk's got Keanu Reeves in it? And Death Stranding had, what's his name? He's that Walking Dead. Norman Reedus. He had Norman Reedus, the one out of Daryl out of Walking Dead. So that's really interesting. And then he sliced him, which I didn't expect, by the way. Bang! I thought, oh shit! Oh, look at that. Yeah, when you do that, you better know you're fucked. But the one thing I'm a bit confused of is, so this guy then transforms into this big ass demon thing, right? Which is really cool. But I was like, is he been like that forever, or is it like a mimic? Is that like that's not actually what he looks like? He's like like Lord of the Rings, Sauron the Deceiver. He used to deceive himself as an elf, to Celebrimbor, which was the ring maker, and then that kind of tricked him into making the one ring, thinking Celebrimbor, who was the ring maker, thought he was creating rings for peace, and obviously it turns out not to be. So is that like the sort of principle? I think that's where it's kind of going along. He's like the Saruman, and this guy is like the ring maker, and stuff like that, which is really, really interesting. But then the funny thing is that he really dealt with these guys badly. Now I don't know who this guy is. He might be some Diablo 4 priest or the Hell Priest or something. But he could have easily strung this guy up, right? He strung this guy up,
Open
Listen.
your eyes.
This is such a powerful scene. Look at that. He's like, do you know when it's like a kid who's scared. He's very defenseless. He's a very weak individual in terms of a physical, and I guess I could say mental. But he's a very intelligent guy. He probably reads a lot. He's a scribe. He has a scrolls. He's not a fighter at all. And they probably need him to read the markings on the wall. But I don't actually think that this guy here. Well, before we actually move on to that, so this is so powerful. So it's like he's looking death in the eye, but it's not. It's really well put together. And then look, listen. He like opens him and he sees this thing, and now I don't know if it's like he then closes his. Oh no, this is when he opens it. Sorry, he didn't close it. See, look at the expression on his face is like he's been deceived, or he can't believe this is the guy. You know, he must know who this is. This must be someone important. Again, I don't know about the Diablo thing. Let me know in the comments, guys, who this big, bold-looking fucker is. Right? He like opened his eyes and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then he went back into his little circle of like, "Oh," and then what he's doing? Listen, look, he's not saying anything. He's not harming him. He's very calm.
There is no light here.
Look at that. There's no light here. Look how dark his eyes are. There is no white. There's no pupils. It's just black. And obviously, demons. Diablo means demon, and I don't know what I think Diablo means demon. It's like Diablo, isn't it? It's like a Latin sort of word, or maybe I think it's a Latin word. I think it's a Latin word for devil, Diablo, or something like that. Let me know what Diablo is actually from, guys, if you know. But people represent demon with black, don't they? Black, dark black with red, and he's looking. Look at the reflection. It's fucking. Look how intense that is, man.
Came to the darkness.
Now, this scene's basically representing. I know we've done with eye scenes before, but I think what this seems representing is that obviously, again, you can't hear him talking. You don't need to. It is literally like he's sucking you in. It's like basically it's like in his head. That's what he's doing. You came to darkness, even though we saw these bits here, like going like this, where he's talking off his mouth and you go like that. But it's so intense. Look at the detail. Oh my god.
Seek is here. Surrender.
Now he's relaxed. No, this is another thing. See, obviously, he came for knowledge, not for treasure. And well, actually, he did come for treasure. His treasure is knowledge. Their treasure was gold. Okay, there is a difference between that. You ever heard that saying, another man's trash is another man's treasure? So, what I feel like, because this guy, whoever this guy is, needed 3 individuals to perform this sacrifice or this ritual, right? Now, I've got 2 ways of seeing it. I don't know if he needed 1 person to willingly give up, and then the other 2 were just like fuel, but he's like the main one. Because I swear that he said that you need 3 of the willing, right? Now, so you could look at it that way, like he just needed 2 other ones and then him. But then you could look at it as when they say the willing, they were willing to go in this place to find the gold treasure. He was willing to go in this place to find knowledge. So is it willing in that sense? Or is it him? Because they said, we need him. Okay. Or it could be we need him because he's not going to do it. He needs to stand there with this weird ass coat on and need the other 3. I don't know how to look at it. But then
Speak the words.
he speak the words. He knows where it is.
Call her home.
And that's it. There. He's like, and that's it. He's not scared anymore. He's not angry. He's not, whatever emotion was going through his head to make him go in that circle, he doesn't need it anymore. He's kind of like given in.
3. They come.
And then look, he slowly starts to
By
transverse.
3.
And instead of being snatched and, ripped and broken arms and stuff, he's just slowly
Thy
going back.
way opens.
And this is where he's opening himself to like this
By the
ritual, which is
blood
so interesting.
of the
And he's like,
for
watch.
thee.
Then look, he's been holding this cut or wound, and then watch.
Home.
Home. And then look, he goes back, and then it like kind of, this must have been sacrifice. So the guy's kind of convinced him to do it. He's kind of, and it makes this weird ass blood web, and then this freaky looking bitch comes out of it. I mean, that's a really powerful scene, actually. I just forgot that. So watch. So I don't know if this scene, he's looking at it going, what have I done? Or, oh my god, like, she's looking amazing. Could they see her as, like, a queen or something? Then look at the eyes. Have you ever seen these eyes in other films before? Usually in, like, zombie films or, like, infection films. But look at the detail. Look at it. It's actually insane. You've got blood. You've got blood splats, red eye, whatever you want to call it. Eye strain, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But this is it's fucking insane detail. And then Lilith. Now, I've watched a series called Supernatural. I don't know if you guys have seen a series called Supernatural. Now, Lilith was the first demon ever made by Lucifer. And basically, in the series, they had to kill her in order to release Lucifer, which was one of the 7th seals, I think, or one of the 50th seals, or how many seals there are, usually 7 seals in it. So Lilith, from what I know, as much as I know from mythology and stuff, she is the first demon, or she's like the daughter of Lucifer, which is obviously the devil. So it's fucking brilliant. And I thought she was going to be quite normal looking, but no, she looks like this. And look at Jesus Christ! I can't get enough of the details. That's incredible. But she's ugly as fuck, man. But that's really interesting. It's like her body, her cape, whatever you want to call this thing. It's absolutely insane. From all, it's like she lives by death. You know, she lives by the blood of the willing, or whatever they're called. He's bowing down, so she must be some queen of some sort. And then banging it. Look at that. What a great wallpaper. I know we might have talked a little bit too much, and I do apologise, but we ran through it. What a fucking trailer. I'm loving this stuff, man. You know, we usually do quite a lot of League stuff, which are really good, and I love doing the League stuff, but this stuff is, like, blowing me out in a minute, and I've absolutely loved it. And that's my true reaction. What I like about it is the graphic quality is absolutely crazy levels of graphic. They've put a lot of effort into this. I like the story, and I like the cinematography. Cinematography was so strong in it, with from the scene switching to, you know, the bird's eye view to the upfront view, where they're looking them in the eyes. There's so much power in that, and I've really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other theories or you know, anything you would like to share. I'll be more than happy to read some and reply to them as well. But overall, fantastic video. I don't know if there's anything I could improve on it. I don't play the Diablo games, so maybe you guys could say, well, he needs to include this character or that character. But from the 9 minutes 20 been shown, I still don't know what a game is. I don't know how it works. You know, like League, when they show champion things, they show them, you know, in a story sense, like how their champions work, but they're not actually showing their abilities. You know what I mean? So I don't really know how this game works, if it's first person, second person, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's one of those sort of like you got 4 characters and they fight and they move on to the next stage. I think it is. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments, guys, how Diablo works. But what a trailer! I might need to actually go and get it, but I think I'll look at it a little bit more. But yeah, guys, this is Whiteboard Reactions. If you have enjoyed it, again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment. But we're signing off for this video. Until next one, guys, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you later. Peace.